Okay, so last video, I swear, just going to talk about Dead Reckoning a little bit more in depth. So I did the, well, never mind. I did the demo earlier with Dead Reckoning, but I'll probably do it again in a second. So this is the server-side update loop for Dead Reckoning. It's, instead of like actually sending the hard messages containing the ship position and the missile positions every frame, you're just replicating the client's prediction on the server side. So this is basically what you're doing. You're predicting the movement for all these different things. So for the ship, for instance, you are predicting the position based on the last known position, velocity, blah, 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 and same with the missiles. Now I have a separate player prediction control and missile prediction control, but they're virtually the same. The only difference is when you're doing this predicted position, you have to check that the actual position, the actual pixel position of the object isn't too far away. If they're too far away, they outrange this threshold, which I have set to 3, then you have to send basically a correctional message. Right, so before I get into that, once again on the client side, you are doing the input stuff, but then right here you're just doing the same exact player prediction as the server. So you're just going about your business, doing your thing, and then the server says, okay, if you're a little bit too far off, then I'm going to do all of this. I'm getting the actual position of everything and saving it. Then I have to send that update message to the client with the exact info. So basically my ship move message now has velocity and time, and so does my missile move message. It has velocity and time. So you initialize all of this stuff right here with all the actual stuff. You send it to the output queue so that it's going to be sent to the client, and then you also have to update the prediction data for the server so that it's in sync with the client. So you set everything right here just so the server's predictive model has all the same stuff as the client. So you're sending all this information over to the client. Oops. On the client side, when you receive one of these messages, so if it's a ship move update message, for instance, then you determine which ship it is based on the player switch. And then first you update the prediction component with the new data. So all of your stuff, you just hard set with the time, position, velocity, and angle, and then you hard set all of the stuff for your actual ship. Sorry, just got a message. Right, so on the client side, that's what you do, and it's the exact same thing for the missile. If it's not null, of course, you set all of the missile controller stuff with all of that prediction, with that new data, and then you hard set everything. Yeah, let me run it. Any second. So client on the left, server on the right. Moving around, and if I just move by myself, if there's no input, then the prediction will just take over, and it's pretty smooth. And yeah. The angle stuff is still a bit wonky because we're not doing the angle, so like even if I rotate around a ton, it'll never send a new update message because, like, for it to rotate the ship right, because I'm not checking for rotation, I'm just checking if they're generally in the same position. Then I send the updated, or like the correctional message, so that's something to work on. And then it clips a lot through stuff, so I'm not sure why, because in theory it should only be that 3 pixel. But, you know, there's just such a big delay that I'm just attributing it to that, but I don't know, it might be broken. So, I'm going to close out of that. And just to prove that there's a little less messages being sent, if I go to the server, there used to be those ship update messages sent every single frame, or at least as close to every single frame as possible. But now I'm just doing the ship I'll scroll down a little bit. Ship predicted position every frame to keep track with the climb, and then when something goes wrong, which like most frames things are pretty in sync, but then I'm gonna have to search ship move update. Then I send a correction message right here, but then I get to go a lot of frames without sending that again. So that's pretty cool. I think that's all I have. I think I have talked enough. So yeah, that's dead reckoning, and I think I covered all the stuff on the grading page. So I'm wrapping it up.